If you were brought up in the Catholic Church in the 1970s in Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, today's a meaningful day. Some sense at some level can be made from the betrayal, the awful betrayal, the misplaced trust, the fear, the wrecked relationships, the torn heart. It's the ultimate betrayal. It's the betrayal of God. It's the fear of the past and the present and the future. It's the horror of the guilt and the shame. The lies, the dishonesty, the deceit. From the most powerful, wealthy organisation on the face of the earth that purports to represent God. That purports to be built in the image of Jesus. That purports to be compassionate, understanding, loving, sympathetic, kind, empathetic, that purports to be trustworthy. And what we find out today? Lies. Misplaced trust. Sickness. A disease. An obsession with control. An obsession with the preservation of power. An obsession with wealth. What we find out is there's no compassion. It took the courts to tell us the truth. The church couldn't even tell the truth to us. They couldn't even tell the truth to us. And it's probably only the tip of the iceberg. In fact, I'm sure it's the tip of the iceberg. This is probably just the end of the beginning part. This is going to roll on for decades. And what do we get in the last week from Rome, from the Vatican? Platitudes, more platitudes. The same sort of obfuscation we got out of the Melbourne project. The Melbourne response. My God. It wasn't the Melbourne and Ballarat response or the Victoria response. So if you're feeling betrayed, if you're feeling that your trust is misplaced and that you don't know who God is, it's completely understandable. It's completely understandable. And if you don't know who you are, how can you know who God is and vice versa? And it's no wonder. How can you have faith in humanity, let alone faith in God? And how can you have trust in another human being? It's awful. It's beyond awful. It's beyond any words such as awful and sad and griefful. Betrayed's not even a strong enough word. It's only the strong enough word when it's used in the same sentence as betrayed by God. The church says it represents God. Betrayed by God then. And the trash talking out of Rome. It's pathetic. Meaningless. And after today, the only thing that's going to go close to cracking the shell, the walls that have been built up around this edifice for 2,000 years, is something from outside of it. It can't solve its own problems. It can't self-reflect. It can't be honest with itself. It can't repair. It can't heal. It can't heal others. This is a message to the world. You're going to have to go after this mob from outside. Because justice still does mean something. There is some mercy in justice, no matter how long it takes to come. And out of that there might be some forgiveness and healing, but it's not going to come from the church, it's going to come within each of us. It can't come from anywhere else. It'll have to rise up from within us. And maybe forgiveness can eventually break through. So to everyone who's affected by this, my heart goes out to you. May you find a pathway within your own soul to forgive yourself more than anything else. Forgive yourself. Talk to your friends, the people that love you. Explain what it's like, what it's been like, and explain it some more. And mourn and grieve, because it's probably the only way through. You can't wait for the church to apologise enough with any sincerity, with any meaning that's going to take the pain away. Don't look for the church. Don't look for anyone else to take the pain away, really. So if you can, go with love. Abide in a God that you can understand, which is probably different from the God of the Catholic Church. And abide in your friends, your loved ones, your family. And don't be ashamed to grieve and to feel betrayed. And through the grief and the anger and the sorrow and the betrayal. As you go through that, there might be just a glimmer of peace on the other side of it. Go well. Take it a day at a time. Sometimes a moment at a time is all that can be done. And delight in the little things. The roses, the birds, the rolling waves down at the ocean. The funny things that your friends say in the cafe that make you laugh. The meaningful heart-to-heart conversations that you have with your loved ones. You'll find God there, you'll find love there, and that really is the meaning. That really is the connection. That really is the place to look. Love exists in those interactions with loved ones. And it's that love that can repair the soul. Go well, friends.